What is going on, guys? My name is Matthew, back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be coming at you guys with a new Fortnite video. Today, we are going to have the top 5 best tips to make you better on Fortnite Battle Royale. So, a lot of people just don't really know how to play this game very well, and a lot of people just don't simply know the best tips to get to the pretty high up standings in the game. And this video is just going to basically help you guys with some of those tips to get better at Fortnite Battle Royale. So anyways, I think that's pretty much all I have to say for this part of the video, so let's just get right into the number 5 spot. Okay, so coming in at the number 5 spot, we have sort of knowing where to first start off on the map, sort of where to land. Landing is one of the most crucial parts of Fortnite, because going to the right or wrong spot is a huge difference on how your game will turn out. Now, I usually try and not go along the bus. You never want to go along the bus path because tons of people go there. You never want to jump out at the very beginning, because if you notice, like right when that clock, like when you are on the bus and when that clock goes down, when you can start jumping out, right when that clock hits 0 and you can start jumping out, I'd say probably like 25 to 30 out of those 100 people will jump out at that spot, and you will not survive very long if you go to one of those places. Now, I recommend waiting a little bit longer and going farther up the bus path, and also not going directly like on the path. Like, usually try and go off to one of the sides. I usually like to hit the outskirts of the map, because if you go to the outskirts of the map, then you will have still a pretty good chance of finding some good stuff, and also you will run into very few people depending on where you go. If you go to some of those really far out houses, you'll never find anybody. And sorry, that was just my phone that went off there. So yeah, you'll never find anybody if you go to those very distant parts of the map. And that's obviously what you want. You don't want to be encountering people when you're playing this game, because obviously the point of Fortnite is to survive as long as you can. So the less people you encounter, the more you let people in the main areas just get killed, and the time will just go, and by the time you loot up and are out of the far off spot, it could be down to 40-50 people. So just playing it smart like that, going to the outskirts of the map, is my first tip for becoming a better Fortnite player. The fourth thing that I have, like a second thing I have for you guys, is knowing what to keep in your inventory. Now, I see people mess this up in both ways. What some people do is they carry a ton of weapons, like they just carry all 5 of their slots, they just take guns, and then they have no shields, no medkits, no band-aids, nothing for healing. So, if they get shot at and they, are taking some damage, then they have no way of healing themselves. And the other problem, the other side people do, is what they do is they take like 15, like they take 2 slots just of like 15 band-aids, they take like 4 med kits, all of these shields, and then they only take like 1 gun. That's not good either, because depending, like, say you only take a sniper with you, you're only good at long range. Because, but if someone comes up close up and personal with you, then you won't be able to defend them off as well, because a sniper can't go close range. Say you just have those 4 things full of health, and you take a purple shotgun. Well, what if a sniper's shooting at you from across the map? You won't be able to get to him because all you have is a purple shotgun. So you need to be able to balance this out. You want to have a good variety of stuff. You don't want to just stick to one class of weapons. I would say definitely bring, I'd say, 2 things of healing, and then bring 3 guns. Now, what I usually recommend is say if you have, I always pick medkits over band-aids. So say if you have like 1 medkit or 5 band-aids, I would just take the medkit, because you're going to get more, you're probably going to get more bang for your buck, and you're going to get more, you can go all the way up to 100%, like a band-aids can only get you to 75. Now, say if you have 15 band-aids in 1 med kit, I'll probably take the 15 band-aids. If you have like 7 small shields and 1 big shield, take the 7 small shields. Like, you just want to know, you want to be smart with stuff like that. I know you guys probably already know a lot of that stuff, but you want to be smart with things like that, and just knowing what to take. take higher class weapons over lower class weapons, and just do with what you're comfortable with. So that's a big thing I see people mess up, is they don't know what to bring with them, and that can seriously hurt their game. So yeah, bring the right stuff with you when you're playing Fortnite. The third thing I have to tell you guys for being better at Fortnite is sort of goes along with the first thing, and this is know your locations. Now, you want to know the map well. You don't want to just, sort of just run around blindly. You want to know where the chest locations are. You want to know where good guns will be. You want to know where minimal people will be. You want to know where, of course, good building materials are. Like, if you're trying to just get a bunch of stone, there's a spot over sort of by Retail Row that you can mine a bunch of stone. If you want to get a bunch of metal, probably go to a town so you can get a bunch of cars. If you want wood, go to a forest. Like, you just want to know your locations. One recommendation I have is don't go to Loot Lake, because tons of people go there, and like, just knowing stuff like that, knowing where everything is on the map will help you out a lot better, especially knowing those secret chest locations, and just really all the chest locations. Like, if you hit up a certain house, memorize all the chest locations. I'm still trying to work at that, but the better you have the map in your brain, then the better you will be able to play, and just you'll be able to survive longer. So yeah, know your locations comes in at number 3. The fourth thing I have to tell you guys for being better at Fortnite is to build. Literally half the name is Fort, like, build stuff. Building in Fortnite is one of the most important things you can do, both early game and late game. One thing I think is super important, and I'm still trying to train my brain to do this, but I'm getting better. When someone, now, if it's different if you're in sort of an enclosed area like a house and you're shooting and someone's shooting at you, but if you're out in the open and someone is shooting at you, your first instinct should be to hit circle and then build walls around you, build just 4 walls around you, then build stairs up. You automatically have such an advantage over where you were 2 seconds ago by not having anything when you're right in the open. You need to be able to build so that you can defend yourself from people around you. And always, one trick I have is, say if you have, a bunch of, now say wood's all you have, but say if you have a bunch of metal and bricks, what you want to do is hit circle and then hit L2, and then you want to be on your bricks. Because if you hit circle and then you have to hit L2, say if you're on wood, hit circle L2 to get to bricks, then you're automatically at like a 1-2 second disadvantage, and that could be crucial because some of those weapons do over 100 damage a second, and if you're wasting a second switching from wood to bricks, you could be dead. So have the material that you want to build with sort of ready for when you're getting shot at, then you won't die as easily. You'll automatically have an advantage. You can see I had sort of a struggle with this guy fighting, like I wasn't aiming that well at him, but see, building around me and just, protecting myself gave me the win on this guy. So you want to do that in terms of when you're getting shot at. Now, in the late game, when there's, say, like less than 10 people left and the circle is really small, you just basically want to build just as good of a fort as you can. Always build stuff on top of a hill or mountain. Always build on top of a hill or mountain. You want to have the vantage point over the enemy. Like, if you're higher up and he's lower down, like if you have the exact same stuff but you're higher up and he's lower down, you're gonna win because you can just see better. You have better accuracy, just better everything if you're higher up, which is a super big help. So always know when to build, and build out of the right stuff too. Don't, like, if you're building a big base, don't build a huge base out of wood. That's just a waste of wood. Go for metal, go for all that stuff. Some tips on how to get the best building materials. The best source of wood is trees, obviously. The best source of bricks is like those gray rock piles. Go get those. Like, don't mine a house for bricks. Go mine those rock piles. You'll get a lot more. And the best source of metal is cars and trucks and stuff like that. So go for stuff like that to build. Now, a tip that I have that is not good for building is don't build when the storm is closing in. Like, say you're pretty far out from the next circle and you have like 2 minutes before the storm starts moving in. Don't build there. I've heard some people say, build, sort of just, hang out until the storm starts moving in. It's a waste of material and it won't really help you in the long run. So I recommend not building until you know where the circle's going to be moving into. So those are some tips I have for building. That comes in at the number 2 spot. And coming in at the number 1, I think most important tip I have for being better at Fortnite is to simply choose the weapons that you're best at. This is a mistake I see a ton of people make. Say if people say you're dealing with a close range player, they're good with shotguns, SMGs, pistols, stuff like that, and they take a gold bolt action sniper over like a blue SMG when they're terrible at snipers. Like when they can't snipe, what's the point of having a super good sniper if you're terrible at sniping? Always pick the weapons that are just better suited for you. Say you're a better long range player, I would take a blue sniper over a purple SMG, like just stuff like that. Me personally, I'm better at a medium to long range. Like if you ever see me, I'm pretty bad at shotguns and pistols. Absolutely awful at SMGs. I'm okay at, but assault rifles and snipers are where I'm best at, and it'll really help you to know what weapons are best for you, so that you can just have the edge over that player. Like always take, even if it's a lower class of weapon, always take it over, say a better class weapon that you're not as good at. So for me, I would rather take a purple scar over like a gold pistol. Just think about stuff like that and keep it all in mind to help you become a better Fortnite player and just get better at your combat, because combat's one of the most important aspects of this game. So yeah, just know what weapons work best for you, and you will be a lot better of a Fortnite player. But anyways, those are 5 tips that I have for you guys on becoming a better Fortnite player. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Follow my my Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Like the video, comment, subscribe, share the video. You guys know what to do. Do all that stuff. Pretty much the only thing else, just thank you for watching so much. I hope you guys are enjoying these Fortnite videos. And yeah, I have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.